My family, Prince Harry has been living in the United States of America for 4 years now. Actually, I'd say more than 4 years now. My family. His daughter Lilibet was born in the United States of America, making her a U.S. citizen. Like Meghan, like her mother. And now all of a sudden, the tabloids in the UK are acting as if it is news that Prince Harry is actually a resident in the United States of America. Because on the front page of the Daily Mail is a picture of Prince Harry taken in Miami from a bush by someone working for the Daily Mail, where Harry was shooting a polo series, my family. And here's what they wrote. Goodbye, Britain. Harry registers America as his official home. Breaking news. The Sun tabloid, my family, here's what they wrote on their front page. My family, more or less, it's actually insults towards Prince Harry. Prince is officially a U.S. resident. Now, he's cut all ties with Britain. And then they said, American Idol Harry. More of a dig to Prince Harry based on lies. Because of bitterness. Because of bitterness. If there is something that the carnival of so-called experts just won't accept, is Prince Harry's rejection. If there is something that they can't be able to handle, it is Prince Harry's rejection. That, my family, they can never be able to handle. Because 4 years ago, Harry announced that he and Meghan were stepping back as senior members of the royal family. And the tabloids were pissed because they thought that this can never happen. Harry can never ever leave. No matter how they treat him appallingly, they thought there is no way Harry can leave. There is no way out, they thought. And then Harry announced that he and Meghan were stepping back as senior members of the royal family. And he was told, Harry, you can't do this. You can't do this. Harry, you can't do this. Harry even confessed that that is what he was told. Even despite the fact that the firm, meaning William and Charles, could see that both Harry and especially Meghan were being bullied on a daily basis by the UK tabloid media. However, despite that, still, you had Harry being told, Harry, you can't leave. You can't leave. However, the abuse was never ever, my family, supposed to make Harry leave. It was supposed to make Meghan leave. And then Harry left with Meghan. 4 years ago. My family, 4 years ago. And 4 years later, still, you are having UK media complaining that Prince Harry lives in America. That Prince Harry is a resident of America. 4 years later. 4 years later. My family, honestly, and every single media outlet in the UK is complaining. Every single one of them. Daily Mail, The Mirror, The Sun, Express, they're all complaining. My family. The thing is, here's what basically has happened. Documents filed on Wednesday at the company's house, a registry of British company information, showed that Prince Harry had listed the US as his new country or state that he is usually, my family, resident. My family. Changing his primary residence from the United Kingdom. My family. And he named the date that he and Meghan were told, by this time you have had to have vacated Frogmore Cottage, after Charles sent out an eviction notice to Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet to kick them out of their only UK home. Harry mentioned the day that he was given, that by this day, you, Meghan, Archie, Lilibet must have taken everything out of Frogmore Cottage. Harry listed that date as the day that my family, he stopped having a primary residence in the UK. And now all of a sudden, UK media are complaining. You know? They're like, Prince Harry has cut ties with the UK as he formally makes US his home. My family, as I've always told you, Harry's rejection of them is what hurts them the most. In the UK, they are like the readers how much Harry wants to go back. My family, they are like the readers how much Harry wants to go back. But now, after this move, how long can they keep lying? My family. Finally, I am now seeing headlines saying this. Prince Harry firmly shuts down rumors of return to royal duties. First of all, Harry told us 1 year ago, when he was asked by Arthur Cooper, do you ever see yourself returning to become a full-time working member of the royal family? Harry said no. He said no. But all of a sudden, because of this move by Prince Harry to list the country of residence as the USA, where he has been staying for 4 years now, and that isn't even news, as his primary residence, all of a sudden, all the carnival of so-called experts in the UK are upset. They are pissed off. My family. They are very angry. Once again, because it's like all wounds being reopened again. It's like Harry breaking up with the farm and UK tabloids all over again. And UK media just can't handle it, my family. They can't be able to handle this. It is too much for them. It is too painful for them. It is too painful for them to be able to handle all this, my family. You know? The thing is, I remember very well a few, basically, you know, my family, like last year or something. It was actually last year, yes. It was last year. I remember the front page of the Daily Mail. What it said, after Charles evicted Harry and Meghan from their only UK home. Here's what the front page, my family, was the front page headline at the time, celebrating that Charles had kicked out his own son from Frogmore Cottage, his only UK home. At the time, they were jumping up and down, calling Charles had to put his country first. Here is the headline. Allow me to read you what they said at the time, last year. Charles evicting Harry and Meghan from Frogmore is the act of a king putting his country first. He was celebrating that a father had kicked out his son from the home that he was gifted by his late grandmother, my family, to stay in after he and Meghan got married. They were jumping up and down because they enjoy it. They love it when they see Harry and Meghan humiliated. But now, the Prince Harry has listed the date that he stopped having a primary residence in the UK as the day that Charles gave him to leave and take out all his things from Frogmore Cottage. My family, Harry has listed that day as the date whereby he stopped having a primary residence in the UK. All of a sudden, all the carnival of so-called experts who were jumping up and down, celebrating that Charles had evicted Harry and Meghan from their own UK home, are now complaining. There is nothing that hurts them more than Prince Harry's rejection. Nothing. Nothing hurts them more than that. However, they appear to be clinging onto the hope that maybe, just maybe, Harry will be my family deported. That appears to be what they are clinging, or hoping will happen. That will make Harry come back. My family, they are extremely, very much desperate. Very, very, my family, desperate. I mean, just hear this conversation on Sky News about the headline from The Sun about my family, Harry basically being a US resident, my family, which isn't even news. Harry has been living in the US for 4 years now, my family. My family, but please hear the language on Sky News. Hear the language on Sky News, because you are going to learn a lot. You're going to learn so much. You are also going to, my family, see the carnival of so-called expert who was interviewing the US ambassador to the UK, Jane Hartley, whereby she asked about that case by Heritage again at the Department of Homeland Security for one purpose only, because she was trying to get the ambassador to make a comment about Harry's case. A comment that could be used and is being used to try and aid Heritage Foundation case against the Department of Homeland Security, as they keep trying to intrude on Harry's privacy. My family, to gain access to Harry's visa information, just to try and get Harry deported. My family, hear this yourself, my family, and see the reaction of Carnival of so-called expert K, my family, who interviewed the US ambassador, my family. They are desperate to get Harry back, my family. Can you please hear this, my family?
Citizenship, but he hasn't gone quite that far yet. But within it, there is actually quite an interesting nugget, because he has backdated his residence in the United States to a very particular date, June the 29th last year, which eagle-eyed royal observers may note is the day that he was reportedly basically kicked out of Frogmore Cottage by his father, the king. So that is being interpreted as a not accidental and rather pointed decision. But it comes, of course, in the middle of...
That boy never learns.
No, indeed. It comes in the middle of quite a...
My family, the person who said that boy never learns when speaking about Prince Harry is a carnival of so-called expert called K. My family, a presenter on Sky News. She's calling Harry a boy. A boy. Harry is a fully grown man. He's a father and is a husband. He is not a boy. He is not a boy. And she is the same person who interviewed the US ambassador to London, Jane Hartley, asking questions about heritage case against the Department of Homeland Security. My family. And the thing is, what she asked the ambassador is now being used, the ambassador's response is now being used, my family, to try and gain access to Harry's visa documents, just to try and get Harry, my family, deported. To these people, they feel like Harry is their personal property, that he belongs to them, my family. That is theirs, my family, and they don't want him to be free. They can't stand seeing him free. And my family, can you please continue hearing this, because my family, there's much, much more, my family, that we have to say, please.
That boy never learns. No, indeed. It comes in the middle of quite a drama happening in the United States at the moment, because there's a think tank called the Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C., who've basically sued the US government for Prince Harry's visa application. Because on visa applications to the United States, you have to declare whether or not you've taken any drugs ever in your life. And Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, he details quite extensive drug taking. And the Heritage Foundation are questioning whether he declared that in his visa application. Now, we don't know whether he did or not, but if it emerges that he didn't, well, the penalties for that could actually be quite severe. And your good self and Sky News have found themselves embroiled in this legal
Look at her face. Look at her face.
Causing mischief everywhere you go. But the Heritage Foundation have actually written to the judge in the case with...
Causing mischief wherever you go. Causing mischief wherever you go. She knew what she was doing when she was asking the US ambassador, Jane Hartley, for a comment about that case, on whether Harry will be deported, my family. She knew what she was doing, and she was trying to get a comment off of her, my family, that could be used to aid Heritage's case against the Department of Homeland Security. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing, my family. And no wonder the person who's asking her these questions is saying causing mischief. That is the entire job of basically the UK media, how they operate, my family. That's how they operate. And the thing is, Kay is someone, whenever Harry comes over for a case, in the UK, against a tabloid, she's the first one, Harry, 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 with a microphone. Harry, 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 Harry. I remember when Harry came on that case against the Daily Mail family, I remember her voice. She was there at the Kobe family. Harry, 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 Harry. Asking a question. The person was calling Harry a boy. The guy is a man. He's a father. He's a husband. My family. But they view him as a child. A child who must be brought to heel. Because he dared to leave and escape his abusers. He dared to leave an environment whereby, or like a place, my family, whereby people like Kay will give anything to be my family a part of. And my family, do you find it to be a coincidence that when they're talking about the Sun's headline about Harry basically, confirming where he is staying right now and has been staying for years now in the US as his primary, my family, residence, do you feel it's a coincidence that when talking about that, they switched to Heritage's case against the Department of Homeland Security? Do you find it to be a coincidence, my family? Do you find it to be a coincidence? My family, I don't believe in coincidences. I do not. And Kay's reaction when the presenter speaks about their mischief, my family, is exactly what you need to know about exactly who are behind this case. It appears that they're clinging on to hopes that maybe Harry will be forced back, it appears that that's all they have. That's all they have. To them, if Prince Harry refuses to come willingly or to events that have been designed or created that UK media want to make as much money as possible from covering the royal family, and Harry needs to be there, or else they won't be able to make the money that they want to make. Right now, the message that UK media are sending right now is that it's either Harry comes back willingly or they get him forced back to the UK. My family. You know, no wonder. Even if they're talking about Harry having a primary residence in the US, my family already, they switch to the case by heritage against the Department of Homeland Security, my family, because UK media are desperate to force Harry back, to put him back inside the gilded cage where they believe Harry should never ever have left. My family, can you please continue hearing this? Continue hearing this, my family. You know, and look at her face.
Good Self and Sky News have found themselves embroiled in this
look at her face.
trouble.
Look at that. Look at
causing
that.
mischief everywhere you go. But
Exactly.
the Heritage Foundation have actually written to the judge in the case with details of an interview you did with the US ambassador, in which she said that Prince Harry would never be deported under the Biden administration. And they say, well, that is potentially, you know, against the letter of the law if it emerges that he has willfully misled the US on his visa application. Now, we don't know the circumstances of it, but as I say, the penalties are actually quite severe and they could amount to deportation.
The ambassador was talking mostly about Kate and Kate's ill health and
Look at her
how
face.
all Americans love Kate, and it was just a comment as far as Harry was concerned. Honestly, some people making something out of nothing.
Look at that.
Let me tell you, thank you very much.
The American citizenship.
My family,
quite
if you had
yet.
no doubt about their intentions of even interviewing the US ambassador, my family, if you had any doubts about why they even, you know, asked or called for an interview with the US ambassador, my family, this is the agenda of the UK media. To get Harry back using any means whatsoever necessary. No matter how many times Harry rejects them. Yes, it hurts them. Yes, it leads them to throw insults towards Prince Harry. But they're like, you know what? Don't worry, we'll get him. We'll get him. In this case, that's what they're putting all their hopes in. That perhaps they'll be able to get Harry back. Because they're looking for loopholes that they can use to get Harry forced back to the UK, my family. You know? The thing is, it is Kay she's the one, my family, who asked for an interview with the US ambassador. And she got what she wanted. My family, she got what she wanted off of her. You know? And the ambassador should have known not to comment on an ongoing case. But that's why I said it at the time, family, it was a trap being set up by my family, you know, Heritage Foundation, assisted by the UK media. My family. Because make no mistake, UK media are behind that case. They are backing that case by Heritage. My family. I would not be surprised if they are funding it. You know, because ever since Harry left the UK, Carnival, all so-called experts have been losing their jobs. They have been losing their jobs in plenty. You know? And when Harry comes out to the UK, it's like a president of the United States of America is visiting. When Harry comes over, international coverage follows. And that means money for the UK media. And that's why they really, really want Harry back. That's why they really want Harry to stay longer in the UK. That's why they're always angry whenever Harry leaves quickly. Whenever Harry spends a couple of hours in the UK and not days as they would want him to, my family, they get even more and more angry. And my family, the tantrums that we are seeing, being displayed by the media, my family, is not surprising. It isn't. But what I do fear, in a way, is the agenda that they have right now with that case, because it appears that all their hopes are on that case to get Harry back. They've tried everything. They have tried everything to get Harry back. They've bullied Meghan, hoping that Meghan will leave Prince Harry and that Harry will be alone and that Harry will have to come back to the UK. They've done everything to get Harry back. It's all failed. It's all failed. And now it's trying to find a loophole to get Harry back by force, to force Harry back to the UK. My family, and my family, as you've seen the reaction of Kay, she knew what she was doing when she was interviewing the US ambassador. And she's happy about the comments that she made, my family. She's happy. And no wonder she was smiling, because it appears that she got what she wanted to hear. My family. Something that she believes would aid the case of heritage against the Department of Homeland Security, or because they want Harry back. My family. The level of desperation is extremely real. It is extremely, my family, very, very real. My family, thing is, these people abuse Prince Harry. And then they wonder why he doesn't live in the UK anymore. They actually wonder. My family. They abuse his wife, his children, and they wonder why Harry would step back as a senior member of the royal family. They wonder. Now, my family, I know that Turkey media are used to seeing spares in the royal family just take the abuse, take the insults, be humiliated, be scapegoats, and just put up with it and just deal with it, and have miserable lives. But for Prince Harry, he and Meghan have chosen love, have chosen happiness, not to put up with the abuse of the media and stay in a toxic environment forever. Harry and Meghan have not chosen that. They have chosen to be happy. My family. And my family, as you've seen, really, UK media are still clinging onto the hope that maybe, just maybe, Harry will be forced back to the UK. They're really hoping that that would, my family, happen. And my family, I hope that never happens. I hope that never happens. But clearly, the UK media are very bitter. They are very, very bitter, my family, and it's so obvious. It is so, so obvious, my family. And my family, right now, when I hear your opinion on what we have just discussed, but the tabloids are pissed. They are very, very pissed about Harry's constant, my family, rejection. They are very, very pissed. My family, when I hear your opinion on what we have just discussed, I want to hear your opinion, family. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet, Diana, and Gloria Ragland, and all of you members squad at home. Hate never wins, love wins, and stay tuned on this video. Love you, always and forever. And may no perform against Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet, Diana, ever prosper. Stay tuned to this video. Love you, always and forever. And may God bless you all, my family. Stay tuned to this video. Love you, always and forever. And keep praying for Harry and Meghan. Keep praying for Harry and Meghan, please. Stay tuned to this video once again. Love you, always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.